hopefully that's going to do something. If not, well, you know, lesson learned. Some trees just go up in sawdust. It is what it is. Good morning, everybody. It is episode 7. It is the start of another week, and today I'm going to be thicknessing all of the shelf material for the reptile enclosure. Alright, I didn't actually film any of this because I just got in, got it done, and I'm not complaining about that. I feel like my speed is improving, which is awesome. All of these boards are milled down to around 17, 18 mil, and these are the different sets of shelves. So I've got 5 of these shelves to do, then I'll cut them to size, and then we can start attaching these to the side panels. I was using my thicknesser today and I noticed a strange scoring or rabbiting that was going on the edges of the boards that were coming through. And I had a closer look and I realized what's been going on. That is a shaving off that corner. If your board runs in and the rollers pick it up and kick it to the side, because that does happen quite often, and then it comes through and catches this corner, that corner is so sharp that it then drags it across and rebates out a notch all the way down the side of the board. Now in my case it's okay because I'm going to joint these edges before gluing it, but that seems like a real flaw in this machine. And it's worth mentioning that I don't believe that it's just the Sherwood machine that does this, because all of these style of thicknesses all come out of the same factory. So I think Grizzly are very similar. I can follow Grizzly instruction videos to the T to set up my machine. So they're all very similar. So you might find if you have a thicknesser like this in your shop, it might have the same issue. And so with that, it is now time to get onto this urn. So I'll join one edge and then I'm going to start referencing off that to cut this into pieces. This should be a very straightforward project. There's one section with the feet where I'm a little bit unsure how I'm going to do it, but other than this should be quite straightforward. It's really just a box. With this project, I'm also going to be calculating the time that I've spent on it. So right now I'm laying out the cuts that I need to make. So this is all going into the time just to start to get a better understanding of how long I spend on each of these projects. And at this stage, it's mostly just the building portion of it. I'm not too worried about the design and quoting phase. I might worry about that later on. But now it's really about, once I commit to the client and say, I'm going to build this for you, trying to give them a more accurate time frame. Something I wasn't aware of, and I'm interested to hear if anyone else has this, working with this red cedar, which I've never used before, it is burning the shit out of my nose. I've had to wear my respirator the whole time. It reminds me of when I clean the bathroom with bleach or mold killer and I put too much in and I forget to open the windows and you just get that like stain on the inside of your nose, that smell. That's what I'm getting from the cedar. I don't know if that makes me allergic to it or if it's just a particularly nasty wood, but it is feral. So given that the cedar sawdust is burning my nose so much, I mean this works, but you know, I want to get out of the shop as much as I can. I'm going to just do a clean out today and open up the doors and get all the sawdust off the machines. I don't get to do this very often because the doors in here generally stay closed because of the aircon. So in times like this, I'll open everything up, blow all the dust off, and then close them up again to get the space conditioned again. So far, it has been a really productive week. I think maybe I'm just finding my groove. Maybe it's just a case of just, you know, different parts of the project, you're going to feel more fulfilled. But I've got all of those shelves made. So there's 4 over there. This is the 5th one. Today I'm just going to be sanding. And the urn is starting to look good as well. It's starting to take shape. So again, maybe it's just the place that I'm in with all of these projects. But after a couple videos back where I was talking about how I'm feeling so deflated because I'm not getting stuff done. Suddenly, everything's happening.
A couple days ago, I doused these in borax. This is the flame tree or acacia that I got filled up recently. I doused it in borax and water to try and kill off the borer, but it doesn't seem to have worked because I'm still seeing piles of sand a couple days later. So either these are just the borer that are coming out and dying on the way, or I need to increase the amount of borax that I'm putting in the water. Now that I've got that flame tree out the way, I'm going to get these acacia mangoes and take those into the workshop, because these will be pretty close to dry by now, and that'll just give me some more space here. I've taken off 2 of these mango slabs and there's no borer in there. So it's interesting. They aren't going for the mango, they're just going for the flame tree. And it's interesting, Josh today, when I went and picked up this African mahogany, was saying that the flame tree is particularly susceptible to borer. So that could indicate why they've just been attacked. And it's a good thing. I'm kind of happy if that's the case. It's not that there's just a borer infestation in my woodpile. Hopefully it's just because of that flame tree. So once that flame tree is taken care of, any other timber that I store here, cross fingers, will be all right. I'm trying a bit more of an aggressive approach to adding the borax this time on these boards. I've just got a bucket full of the stuff mixed in water to saturation. So I can see bits of the borax floating around, so it's the water can't take any more, and then just spreading it on like this. This way I know that I'm getting a large amount of the water on, and then I'll let it sit like this for a couple of minutes so it really seeps into the wood. My understanding is that essentially what happens is the borax, or the boric acid, which is toxic to bugs, will now sit on the surface, and as the borer try and dig into the wood, they will eat through the borax as well, the boric acid, and that will kill them. And then any of them that are still on the, or that are in the inside the wood now, as they try and crawl out, they'll ingest some of it and they'll die as well. All right, I have covered all of these slabs in borax. I've also rotated the previous bottom slab up to the top. I don't know if that makes much of a difference, but I just think it's good to do that. I've also switched the orientation, so now they're perpendicular to what they were. This batch is obviously going to dry a lot quicker because it's right next to the AC. Hopefully that's going to do something. If not, well, lesson learned. Some trees just go up in sawdust. It is what it is. If you stick with gums and ukes, then you're going to be safer. So a quick update on the borax that I've been trying to remove the borer from this flame tree. I put borax on this about a week ago, and I've been watching it, and I wasn't actually sure if it was working because you can't actually see anything happen straight away. Anyway, I've just had a look now, and right there is a dead borer. So this means that putting borax over this timber is successfully going to control the borer. These are the logs that I picked up from Josh the other day. I haven't had a chance to get them off the trailer. I'm also waiting for the boys to come get them tomorrow. So they have had a nice, a good clean in all this rain. But I really want to get my trailer out of the rain. All right, I'm gonna go fetch my daughter from school. This is going to be a wet ride. It is raining. Man, I love this weather. It's Saturday, and Dan from Riverside Woodworks is coming over in about half an hour. Hey, wonderful weather we're having, eh? To help me sort through these African mahogany logs. Him, myself, and Luke are splitting this 3 ways, so we're going to separate this pile. I'm going to start pulling them out and laying them on the dirt. And of course it's raining, but it's been raining like this on and off for 3 weeks, and we've got stuff to do. That just shows you how wet the ground is, how boggy it is. I just dropped that piece on its side and it just lodged itself. That's me pile, that's Luke pile, and then that's Dan pile. And we're all done happily because it's very wet out here. All right, Dan's just headed off with his stack of timber. I've got Luke set up over there, and I'm gonna get mine in the drying pile ASAP, get some of that borax solution on, because I can see more and more dead bora appearing, so it's definitely working, and try and get this timber dried as quick as possible.